Anyway, episode 44 of Hirogaru Sky Pretty Cure was wow. It's getting really interesting now. So let's just get into the basis of what is going on here. So the episode begins off in Skyland with the group now in winter wear going to Skyland on back of the little chocobo birds. And after hearing news from the vice captain of the Blue Guards that a strange tunnel of darkness has opened up and pushed them away when they try to encounter it. And so the group goes to investigate what was this meaning, and they decided that it could have been something from Undargu Empire. And with that being said, as they investigate the area, they meet this odd girl that's standing on top of a hill and looking out at Skyland. Specifically at the castle, and mentions something about it where it was built on a land of tears or something like it. After Sora tries to explain to her that she needs to go to a safe area and all that stuff, she then turns around and transforms and reveals that she is Empress Undargu, the enemy that the main antagonist and enemy that they have been facing this entire time by the villains. And I just have to say, we only saw a background shot of her in the previews, and now that we get to see her, she then switches into this rock style that kind of looks like that troll from the second movie of Trolls, where they come together as a rock band and something like that. She's the rock troll queen. I forgot her name and I hadn't seen the film yet, so I can't really say much about it. But she is kind of having that rock style star when she's transforms into her actual form. And we'll get more into why she looked the way she did earlier before she turned around and revealed herself. We also have, earlier that she was speaking with Scarehead, and seems that, she was wounded in a fight that happened earlier, or something like that. And she, and Scarehead seems to, not want her to, fight, and this could also be, what he was saying about, we fight for the ones we love. So, if I'm correct, it might take more time to actually, be able to, get Scarehead to understand everything that what he's doing is wrong, if most importantly, just by talking to the person that he is dear and protects and all that stuff. And this might be the key point to actually do that, is by talking to Empress Undargu about the destruction, because with a snap of her fingers like Thanatos, she could summon a bunch of the toughest Ramborgs that no one could defeat, including the Pretty Cures, and destroy Skyland instantly. The group transform, but Cure Sky obviously does not want to fight and decides to try and talk with Empress Undargu so they don't have to fight. But Empress Undargu refuses. It says and asks them to show her their strongest attack, which is Majestic Elleelain. So without anything else to do, they actually did the attack really quick in that. But of course, since this is midway during the battle, it's not going to actually work. And this is a classic cliche from any of the original Pretty Cures, when they have their big group attack and they use it midway instead of at the ending, and they fail. Which is you're talking about Empress Undargu fighting her right away, so it gets more personal with the plot detail because there's more coming. I don't know why I said personal over there, sorry. But yeah, she was able to defeat them and all that stuff, and they were de-transformed during it and knocked out. She then comes up, she also has something to do with Elle-Chan, something that happened long ago, and that she is really angry with Elle-Chan. Despite Elle-Chan not even knowing anything of what's going on, but it definitely would be revealed because it has something to do with her past, which apparently happened 300 years ago. Before Empress Undargu can attack Elle-Chan, the Majestic Chronicle opens up and stops time, and Elle-Chan is confused, but she's able to wake up Sora and Mashiro in this time stop, and while they are looking around trying to figure out what is going on, the Majestic Cruderoon, this is the Cruder Room, but I like to call it the Chronicle, which brings them back in time 300 years ago in the year 556 Skyland year, apparently. That's the year in Skyland at the time, 300 years ago. And as they are in Skyland and trying to figure out what is going on and all that stuff, the Elle-Chan wanders off and almost gets run over by a carriage, but it turns out that they stopped and told on Elle-Chan not to do that. And then we meet the Princess of Skyland from 300 years ago, Princess Elleelain. Princess Elleelain. Huh. Yep, definitely could say that she's definitely like the past incarnation of Ellie. And she's able to believe them half the way about what they're saying, that they came from the future and all that stuff, when they explain about the legend. Sorry, there was an interruption. But they explained the legend of the story that which Yo-Yo explained to them in the in episode 5. And it is confirmed during that episode that Elle-Chan might have had the powers of the original princess, and it seems to be the case here. But as the story goes, it says that the princess prayed for the a savior to arrive, and the savior came. But there's actually a twist to the story, and it should be obvious, the twist. Princess Elleelain explained that there has been an attack by strange monsters in the city and all that stuff, and she would like to ask them more about what the future and what the Pretty Cure is like and all that stuff. So far, they were able to tell her that everyone's peaceful and happy and very lively and all that stuff, and that they want to protect that. Just like Princess Elleelain seems to also wanting to protect that as well. But as the night falls came, we are introduced to another villain that we do not know, but is actually related to Empress Undargu. It's Emperor Undargu, and he definitely pictures what I believed about Undargu Empire. They don't care about the weak, they just want to destroy the weak, but only the strongest can survive. And that's what he is, basically. That's his motif, and that is definitely the motif Empire stands for. He's the one that summons the Rambrooks to attack Skyland again and all its people. And also during this moment, Mashiro and Sora cannot transform into Cure Sky and Prism, but even still, Sora does her best to protect everyone in the city and make sure they get out safely from the Rambrook attack. Then she gets saved by Mashiro, Ellie, and Princess Elleelain as they all escape the city, and everyone and all the residents are devastated by the attack that has happened. Princess Elleelain is also upset too, and then she goes to pray at the top of the hill, and this is where it gets interesting. There was no person that appeared to the princess to save the day. There's no legendary savior. The actual legendary savior is the princess herself, that after praying, she transformed into the legendary Pretty Cure of Hirogaru Sky, Cure Noble. Now, we can also just say, even though they did not confirm it just yet, that Princess Elleelain, aka Cure Noble, is definitely the reincarnation of Elle-Chan that we know now from 300 years ago. It's just way too obvious about, they literally look like each other. Except Elleelain is younger and definitely a teenager, while Ellie is just a baby, and it's obvious by, when Ellie also, during her transformation secrets into Cure Majesty, you see her, a grown-up version of herself, and that also kind of, gives, some inspiration that they are related. We are also shown that once day breaks, Emperor Undargu has a, daughter or something like that, and that is Empress Undargu. And the Spearhead is also there too, or this is past Spearhead, actually. Past Empress Undargu is not like what her current self is right now, being all spiteful, even with her calm demeanor. She is actually pretty gentle, unlike what the motives are or the goal of the Undargu Empire is. And we'll get to see more of that in the next episode, when Emperor Undargu orders Spearhead to take Empress Undargu back, as they should not be here. And he also calls, Spearhead, the way has he been calling, about the Monda, it's before. Mostly about the Monda. He didn't, and, also, Minotaur, but not Capitan. But the same thing, being useless, being up here, and all that stuff. But Scarehead is just Scarehead, and we're definitely going to see more that the mysterious nature of Dark Empire has finally fallen, and we get to see a lot more in an interesting way. And though I was disappointed about it being mysterious in the beginning and all that stuff, I am now intrigued and, like, really pleased that they kept this as a surprise for this very long. Maybe there were slight hints and we just didn't see it, because I know there was, like, slight hints earlier and all that stuff. But anyhow, let's find out what happens in episode 45. I can't wait for it. That's basically where it ends for Hirogaru Sky, and I just can't wait for the next episode to come because it's really getting interesting. And so that is my review for Hirogaru Sky Pretty Cure episode 44. I hope you enjoyed me rambling about it, and I'll see you in the next episode and what else I do on my channel. Bye!